Point killer. Been AFK for a while here. Personal things here. I had a child about half a year ago, and so my ability to make content has not been optimal. But hopefully now the little one has seems to be getting some sort of a decent pattern of sleeping, and hopefully I can spend my midnight hours on making this beautiful content a little bit more. So today is a battle report, and surprise, surprise, I played 2 games so far. I played 3 games so far in the Fading Flame, and I'm hoping to report at least the last 2 games. The first game was too far away, so I can't remember that. So this is my 3rd game actually, and my 2nd game I also have a video of, but this was just the one I could find a picture of pretty easily. So this is the one I start off with, and it's a the nerf lizard alpha version 3. They got a big gunk in the head by the nerf hammer, and I think the win rate also shows that dropped from a top tier army to middle of the pack army, it seems. And honestly, I had trouble winning with the myself. It's pretty difficult to play, I feel. But nevertheless, I actually like it. I enjoy the list. This list I made a while ago, and I don't really like it too much anymore. I think the lizard in the current iteration, I think they need to be more shooties and defensive than offensive, because they don't fight. They got nerfed a lot in their fighting abilities, right? You got defensive too on your Saurian warriors, and your corners all lost the offensive in Alpha 2, and Teco guards now always strike last, and well, they got they got a little bit worse, right? Overall, offensively. So it's been difficult. So lately I've been experimenting with some defensive style builds, but that's a whole nother case here. And by the way, I think we are looking into the Alpha 1.4 coming out hopefully in like 2 weeks time. So there probably won't be too many battle reports with this Alpha version 3 anymore. Right, so I'm not too sad about it, but let's check this game here out here. And this was against the Kingdom of Equity, a guy who plays the Quest Knights. No, not the Quest Knight. What's the other one? The Quentis Knight, or what? How do you pronounce that word? Let's just take a look at his list here.
Value while both of these conditions are met. The model.
Let me just see here. So yes, this is his list, right? So he brought a lot of hippogriff, right? So he has an Equiditan Lord on a hippogriff with the Divine Yachtsman and Prioritis and Valor, and so two fighting lords, very standard, I think. Master wizard with innovation, right? So, and I had alchemy, so I was pretty happy to see about this, that he didn't bring druidism. Then he has the Origin, so a big unit of the Origin sword with the great weapons. I think I've seen this a lot lately, so this might be the new standard people are going to. 6 feudal knights for the scoring units, 13 Lobo Levies with some CC combat resolution, and some archers, and the 11 knight replenishments, and 6 Sky Heralds, and 10 Naidas. First time I ever seen these Naidas here, and I'm not sure what to think about him. I wasn't impressed, to be honest. But anyways, so this is the start of the matchup right here. So he went with we're playing King of the Hill, and the I think it was what do you call it? The one where you can put your units like this. If I recall correctly. Dawn Assault, I wonder maybe. Anyway, that's what we played. So here I start off with actually I just deploy. It's been a while since I played, right? No, I think. Oh, we can just have a look at magic here. So he goes with he has the number 1 from the druidism and number 3 scrying from the divination on these Niets, but they are not on the field yet, so he can't use them. And then he picks a lot of combat spells and 1 magic missiles on his mage here. And I go for molten copper and 2 magic missiles and some on the I have the forbidden mastery, and I pick double one. What was one? A flame, sort of flaming, I think it was. The idea was to hopefully maybe I could, because one of his griffins is only armor save 4+ against magical attacks. So I was hoping maybe I have my skinks over here, and maybe I could do 1 molten copper on him, and then maybe I could give these guys flaming attacks, and then maybe I could shoot him. Then he would be like 5 up, 4 up, and maybe I could do a wound or 2 and combine with the alchemist. Then maybe I could deal with these two flying crazy champions, because I've been having so many in my recent games. I've been having so many troubles fighting these single champions that just don't die and break through everything. Anyways, so the matchup, if I recall correctly, yeah. So actually, I decided to give. I can't remember. I think he plays everything, and then I place everything, or I can't remember. He starts for the. In any case, no, I start, right. So I start, and this is how it looks like, and I'm pretty surprised. Yeah, we have on the flank here. So I put these guys here out in the beginning of the because the King of the Hill is this objective and the fence here. So I put these guys out here to sneak around here and hopefully be able to take the objective, because I don't think this block here will be able to stand any charges from any of these guys. I will just die, and I won't be able to hit them back, and I will have no rank, so I won't be stubborn, and I don't think this unit would do particularly good into anything apart from his characters. So that's why I put him on the flank here, hoping to pressure the objective and draw the attention of something. And then the 2 big blocks in the middle, and then hopefully the Ramadan Riders, they could either chaff because they are agility 4. So even not against the Plenish Knight, I think, but against the other units, they can just go stand up right in front of them. And then even if they get charged, they still get to hit first. So I kind of wanted them to have work like a hand grenade of some sort. Because he doesn't have a lot of shooting, so I thought these guys could do a lot of work. Also against the Sky Herald, my guys have more range than he has, and if I do get charged, I get to hit first, and I should actually be in for decent combat if I could buff it with some magic as well. Anyway, I put the Caimans here to pressure this flank here, and I put the Cayman Master on the other side to pressure this flank here. And then the big blocks in the middle, so it's a very standard setup here. He puts 3 big blocks in the middle, and I think he feared my my Cayman Elders here on the flank here, so he decided to put his replenishment knights on this flank here to stop these guys from advancing. And then I think he's gonna be playing for the other flank here, probably these guys are gonna have a stand up, and then he's gonna try and advance with his two champions, two heroes, and this flying circus he has over here, right? So I get the first turn here, and I get Quicksilver dash up on his griffin here. But sadly I do only one wound, and I only get that spell through. So that was all I could do. One wound on that guy, my first magic phase. His first turn, he moves forward a little bit conservative. I'm not really sure where I'm not really sure where he's planning attacks, but I think it's with these guys, his two Hyper Griffins. They probably want to fly down and around this corner here, and then he want to bring the Sky Heralds down here. So what I wanted to do in my turn here was to try and generate a flank that goes more on what do you call it? This diagonal instead of straight. I will do it a little bit more, and I'll bend it a little bit here, and hopefully I will be able to stay with my Saurian warriors within the front of arc of these Resplendent Knights. So I have hand weapon and shield, right? So parry plus the defense bonus from the defense. So people will be hitting me, even if he uses his Orient token, he'll still be hitting me on a force, right? Which I thought was good. So his turn 1, nothing really happens if I recall correctly. So my turn 2, I try to defend myself here. I go back, try and prepare for these two flying griffin coming in here. What I wanted to do here was set up a counter charge here, so and the ability to shoot with my skink archers here. Actually, I wanted to shoot because in my turn, I also got tin corruption up on these guys here, so they're down 1 armor here. So I wanted to bring these skink gorillas with magnetic bows over here to shoot this unit here, because now they're only saving on 5s, and I get +1 to hit. So I thought that would be a good target. And these guys was magic resistant 3, so I had trouble dealing with them through magic. So I thought I wanted to try and shoot these guys, but sadly I was too far away and couldn't get them into reach. So I decided to shoot one of the Hippogriff here instead. And if he was going to charge, then I would flee. I made it so that it was like a 12 would get me off the board, but anything but a 12 would put me in this nice little hole down here. And hopefully he would and then he would need like a long charge to reach one of the other units. I think I gave him a 12, or maybe it was even 11, and then hopefully I would be able to counter charge. But it was tricky because then he would fly these guys down right here, and this was difficult for me to thread. However, his flank over here, they lacked a little bit of movement, so they couldn't close down this corner completely. So I could still fly down with these Raptor Riders, what are they called? Remnant Riders, down in this little butter hole here, and still threaten counter charges. And my magic phase again, I get another Quicksilver dash off on here, and I think I even get a what's the big one called? The one that does D3 plus 4 hits, and I think I get that one off as well. And what I only managed to do 1 wound here, and that was all I did in magic phase. So in 2 magic phases, I got my alchemy spells up on this guy here, and I only done 2 wounds to him. Well, it's hard. I was hoping, because they're very difficult to deal with, and if I don't stop them, I think he can just charge into any of my units, and he will just take them down by time and hold them. It's very difficult. So his turn here, he tries to cover as much as the flank here with the Sky Heralds here to not allow me to hide. And if I do go down here, then he tries to thread a charge with his knights here, so I have to play them fairly defensive. So right now my Cayman Master here, he's standing a flank charge here, and the big 2 Hyper Griffins here. On the left side flank here, he cannot move the Replenish Knight forward, because then I would start moving these guys up for the flank charge, right? So these guys are just kind of holding each other in check, and I'm keeping these Remnant Riders here for in insurance for when he start moving forward. I'll move these guys forward and prepare a counter charge like a suicide bomb, and hopefully I can take off. I think I should be able to take off like at least 3 or 4 wounds on these guys, and then maybe my Saurian warriors can deal with them with the remainings. That's at least the plan, right? And I'm gonna be I'm a little bit lost what to do here. I feel like he has a much stronger and much more mobile flank than I have, so I'm really just preparing for impacts. However, in his turn, right, he drops the Naiads here into the river because they have ambush terrain water, and this leaves me with the options, right? I can charge here with a lot of things here to generate some chaos. And if I do charge with my Caimans and my Caiman Masters, I can put it so my Caiman Masters will be somewhere around here, right? So he could actually get an overrun into this guy here. And I'm pretty sure I could even keep out of range for vision out of this guy's here, right? So to me this seemed delicious. Being able to get a charge up on this knight here, and I think even though he's pretty strong, right, I think he's 1+1+, or he was 4+. He was strong, right, but this guy here was only strength, the other guy's strength 8, but this guy here is only strength 5, so, and he was not burning, and I had regeneration, right, 5 wounds, 4+1 save, 3+ armor save, and he was only AP 3, I think. So I think my guy here, he could, and I could potentially go for distraction, right? So my guy here, he could potentially do some damage to this guy here. Bring him down, or at least hold him up for a turn or two if I forget the charge as well. So that I thought that was a really nice charge. So I decided to take the charge here, if I recall correctly. His turn, he doesn't do, and no more happens in his turn, right? So my turn here. Something good happens in my turn if I recall correctly, right? Yeah, so this happens in my turn here, and I get the charge. I decide not to go with the Cayman Master here. Why, I don't know. Looking back, I think I would actually gone with the Cayman Master, but I decided not to do it at least, and I go with the Cayman young Caymans here, and I think I need an 8 to get into him. I mean, they do have killing blow, right? Which is nice. So it's not like they couldn't do any damage, this guy here. And if they didn't get the overrun here, right, then they could always flee, or they could set up some kind of. They could just at least act as bait if they ran over there. Well, the Cayman Master, if he got out there, then maybe he would just be smashed. Also charging the Raptor Riders because I couldn't maneuver them any good places to dodge the charge from the Sky Heralds here. So I was thinking like I would actually rather have the Sky Heralds around this area here. Set up a counter charge here with my guy here and my Raptor Riders here. So I'll charge with them with my Raptor Riders to hopefully to put them somewhere around here. And there's nothing really happened on the left side flank of the game. So my magic phase, I think I just get some buff offs on my Raptor Riders, maybe some. Let's see here. I think can't see it, but I do recall. I think I got like 1 buff off on my Raptor Riders or something like that. And I take off another wound from the Hippogriffin here. So now he's down to 1 wound. This is good. Now we're getting there. Because as I said, if I get these guys out of the pictures, the 2 Hippogriffs, then I can start advancing. But now I spent 3 turns to try and get this guy out here. So I'm running out of time. Looking more and more like a draw, right? He decides to not really advance with these guys here. Well, it's not his turn yet, right? So we're fighting down here. Obviously, he loses this combat here tonight against these guys here, and he loses the combat, and I overrun, and these guys, they run into this guy here who fails his leadership test, so he start running, which was very nice. That opened the flank up for me nicely here, I thought. Sadly, these guys didn't run very long. I think they run like a 5, 4 or something. So he was able to get the flank charge off here. But at the same time, I thought that was kind of okay because, yeah, I'm threatening a charge here, and my Takeover War is also threatening a charge here, and if he was to overrun right with these guys, he will hit these guys here, so he would be in combat in my turn, and then I could do the rear charge here, flank charge here, and I would probably be able to kill these guys without taking any casualties apart from the 4 Caymans. So I thought that was nice. He decided to charge the Remnant Riders here with his Sky Heralds, which I have marked actually, so I do have 20 attacks here. Reroll to hit and lethal strike, battle focus. And I'm higher agility than he is, so I thought with the same agility. So I thought I didn't mind giving him this charge here because I was thinking maybe we could take a blow for a blow, and then maybe I could even win, right? I mean, like, it's not an insane amount of attacks. Obviously, he will kill me, but I'm still steadfast, and I should be able to hit real hard. I mean, how much would I do on average? It's 20 hits, right? I'm hitting on 4s, so that's 10 hits, 3 6s, 3.5 6s, and then another 10 dices. So that's another 5 hits, and another 1.5 6s. So that's 15. That's 19. Well, let's just say 19 hits, right? So 3 killing blow, 3 lethal strikes, and I'm wounding on 3s. So if that's 19, then I would be doing like 12 wounds, right? And 3 of them would be killing blow. AP 1, so he's saving on 4s. Anyway, I probably think I should do something like 4 wounds on average, 5 wounds on average maybe. And he should probably do a little bit more, but I would be steadfast and stop on, and I would be able to hit him one more time maybe. Yeah, whatever. I thought maybe I could do something here, but I thought that was what I thought, but I think looking back at it, that's probably not the case. If I have to win this combat, I have to get the charge up so I can hit him before he hits me. Anyway, here I decide to rotate these guys down here because I couldn't move them far enough back without reforming them to dodge the charge from him. So I had to try and hide them away. So that's what I did. So let's see here what happens next. Yeah, he's turn here, right? So he uses a lot of oranges. He already had 6 or something like that. He flies to safe with his Heavy Griffin, and he rallies the other one. So he's kind of ready for fights, right? And trying to break through my right side flank. He does manage to kill the Cayman Elders, the Cayman Youngers, and I think he also managed to kill the Remnant Riders here. And then it's my turn, right? So in my turn here, I do get the 2 charges of my Tackle Guards here in the flank, and my Cayman Master here. And he also has his mates in there, right? So that's really nice. I'm probably gonna win this combat, right? And then I could make him flee this way here and potentially hit this guy here with my Cayman Master. I think I needed a 9 or 10. He managed to kill me on the Remnant Riders, and I only managed to do, I think I managed to do 5 wounds maybe. I was probably decent. And here, this is not the final position. I'm trying to chaff him so he can only reach me with 3 of these guys here, but I can't find anything possible here, so I can't even remember how I end up doing it. I think maybe, yes, I keep these guys out of sight. I keep these guys out of sight here, and then I leave this guy here in the front, and I still have half my units on the fence, so I'm still getting from the fence defense. So I thought this was a decent scenario for me, and then maybe I could fly out my Remnant Riders next turn here and start pressing him. So what I don't have is his turn 4, right? I need to get down here to take the objective, and I have nothing. I think I calculated there's 23 inches from my Cayman warriors to this objective here. So if these guys go 12 and 12, they can make it. But they have to ignore that there's a unit of 10 replenishing knight looking at them in the flank if they are supposed to go on this journey, which I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure on how to feel about it. And if I do take the charge with my Tech warriors here, right, then they're gonna be in the way. I can't move up there, right? So I had to figure out something, and I can't even remember what I ended up doing. But more importantly, I think I'm winning on points here, right? Because I'm probably gonna get this unit here, which is like close to 1,000 points, which is really nice, right? And I stopped one of the Griffin from advancing, and he just rallied the other guy here. So now I have at least one turn to think about what I want to do with this guy here. Okay, so what's happening next here? Yes, I do get the overrun here. I run into this guy here, and my Tiger Warriors decided also to overrun here because I didn't want to risk not taking 1,000 point. I was thinking like I could always just oh yeah, also I could potentially get up to the hill. If I could take the hill, then other hippogriff with only 1 wound would have trouble hiding, and that was his general. So that if I could take him down, it would be 800 points. So I was hoping to. So I was kind of happy about this situation. Yeah, I thought I was in a decent situation. I'm not gonna give up the objective. I think I have some good combats over here, and this is a difficult situation for him to advance in. And then obviously he has the flyers here, which are gonna be really annoying, and maybe they can do something to distract. Not much happening this turn here, right? Yeah, I'm not quite sure why the Cayman, maybe I was checking something here, if the Cayman overrun, if you could reach him or something, right? And then maybe I decided not to run with the Cayman, and then he just decided to charge the Cayman. I guess that's what happened. He decided to charge the Cayman here, and obviously decides to hold, and so it's 4 wounds against 5 wounds, and I think this is just a very dicey combat. He decides to fly forward with his Griffin. He thinks now it's the time. These knights turn around. I can't quite remember why they did that, but now they're fleeing as well. Can't quite remember why that happened. But in any case, the important flank over here. Oh yeah, so this is my turn 5, right? I charge with the Cayman elders on these guys here, and then I move these guys up here. So if they get the charge on his archers down here, then I can overrun into the objective with my Cayman guys here. So that was my one chance of taking the objective, right? On the other flank here, we have the Cayman Master versus his Griffin, and a big unit of Tego Guards, which are just looking, waiting to shoot some nasty magic on something. Most likely this Griffin here, right? And he's moving up with the Sky Heralds to get the flank to red charts on my Cayman Master. We are in a challenge, but just to get the sweet +3 combat resolution, right? And I think we fight. He does 0 wounds to me. I do 1 wound to him, and it's a draw, right? And then it's my turn, and I think I get some kind of magic debuff, maybe +1 to wound or something like that. Anyway, we did 1 wound to each other, and we just stand there. And oh yeah, so one good thing happens is I get 1 more magic through, and I do take this Griffin down here, the last Griffin here. And the fight keeps on going, so there's not much to do here anymore here. He gets the rare charge on Cayman Master here, and I think I hold 1 combat And I'm actually pretty close at winning, but at the end I think he takes it. Oh yeah, so here we have it instead here, right? So we changed the plan here. This was the most exciting part of the game, probably. So these guys here got to get the charge on these guys here because they were chaffing off these guys here. So, but I did have a charge here. I think it was an 8, and if I charged these guys here, I needed a 10 to overrun into the forest here. And I also needed them to fail the leadership test. They only leadership 7, but I needed them to fail the leadership test, and I need to roll a 10, and then I could hit the forest, and then I would win the objective. And if I could also screen off these guys here for making this objective here. So that was sort of the plan on the left side here. And then I decided try and go with my Remnant Riders here. This is my last turn, right? And maybe I could win, maybe I could kill him. It's 700 points, and I was thinking like, okay, so maybe I lose 250 points. I'll take it. Maybe I could get 270 points. I have 700 points. I thought that was a good deal. And then on the right flank here, right, he gets those into the rear. I did get 2+ armor from my guy, so he's 1+ armor safe right now, which is nice, I guess. But there's a lot of combat resolution, and I only have 5 attacks. And as you can see here, his last turn, he managed to kill the KOE master. And that was sad. I managed to get the other guy, this guy here, to 1 wound, and I didn't manage to run into the forest, and I think we killed each other here off here really decent nicely. And at the end of the day, this is the result, and I think it ends up being a 9-16-4 to me. It was actually, I think actually it was the point disparity was a lot bigger than I thought it was. Just looking at the game, I thought it was fairly even game. It was a really fun game. A lot of interesting positioning to counter charge each other, and yeah, I really enjoyed the game here. It was a great fun game. And what was the result of it? Oh yeah, so it's a 14-16, right? 1500 points against 2700 points, right? Because he lost the Odin silence here, I think they got maybe when he charged into the KOE masters, maybe he played them too offensive. But then again, that's I guess they're supposed to go to war the Kingdom Equity, or else they would maybe die to the Anorak Archmages, and yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I really enjoyed the game actually, and I think there was a full of funny tactical decisions and a lot of fun combats everywhere, and no real one-sided dices or anything like that. So overall, just a really nice game. And this wraps it up for my first battle report in 5 months. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will be back again with another one within not too long. Take care.